So I wanted to talk about the recent tribunal ruling involving Barry Neufeld. If you're unfamiliar with this situation, he was an elected school board trustee who publicly opposed SOGI curriculum. Regardless of where you stand on the curriculum, I think there's a bigger question here that actually affects everyone. Should elected officials be financially punished for expressing opposition to public policy? Because that's exactly what democracy is supposed to be about. People vote someone in who represents their concerns. It doesn't mean you agree with everything they say or how they say it, but in a democratic system, debate and disagreement over public policy isn't just allowed, it's necessary. Fast forward to today. He's been ordered to pay $750,000. Now, when criticism of public policy leads to penalties of that magnitude, we have to ask what precedent that sets. Does it actually protect people from harm? Or does it create a chilling effect on democratic debate and silence opposition? And I just want to offer a little bit of a thought experiment, specifically to those who support this ruling and agree with it. Imagine if the education system shifted heavily toward a particular religious worldview, say a predominantly Christian framework, and an elected trustee publicly opposed that direction. Imagine that they criticized it as inappropriate for public schools. Would it be reasonable for the government to label that opposition as hateful and fine them hundreds of thousands of dollars? Even if you disagreed with how they said it, would you feel that that kind of punishment was proportionate? This isn't about whether or not you agree or like Barry Neufeld. It's about whether the standard we're applying is consistent. Because free expression isn't tested when we agree. It's tested when we don't. And I've talked about this in previous videos. The standards that we support for speech when it protects ideas that we like are the same standards that can be used when the cultural or political winds shift. If we're comfortable with certain rules being applied to people we disagree with, we have to be prepared for the same rules to be applied to us one day. If you wouldn't want that same standard used against you, it's worth asking whether it's wise to support it now. If we support severe penalties when someone criticizes policy that we favor, we have to be prepared for that same standard to be applied when policies we oppose are in power. And that's the part I think that people need to sit and think about a little bit more.